What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. In today's video, I've got some more crazy entitled parent stories for you, starting with this one. Now, from the title and thumbnail, of course, you can all see that an entitled mum gets banned from a theme park in today's first story. But before I get into it, first of all, comment down below, how do you think that she gets banned? Any guesses? Comment down below. Don't cheat, yeah? And comment after that I've already read the story out, because that doesn't count. And I'm watching you. Comment down below quickly. You got 3 seconds. That'll do. Let's get into the video. Entitled mum gets banned from theme park for huge tantrum. Hi everyone. I've been dying to post this story from my time working at a theme park forever now, and I finally have enough karma to do so. Hope you guys enjoy. A little background. I worked at a theme park on the events team. We have events around seasonal periods and they're always themed. At almost every event, we have a competition build, a scavenger hunt, and other things for kids to do while they're in the park besides rides. This particular event was in January 2018 and I was working the competition builds. The way our competition build works is these kids get a Lego base plate to build everything on. The 2 rules we have is that nothing can hang off the edge of the base plate and the build can't be taller than a foot. This is what our entitled mum uses as her leverage. I had just returned from lunch and I saw that somebody had built an amazing build. It was a dragon that had a moving tail, arms, and head. It had lots of detail and followed the theme. It was definitely going to win. We were only open for about another hour and we didn't think anybody else could build something good enough in that time frame. Enter our entitled mother. She had 2 small children who started building at our competition. Like we normally do, we were talking to the kids and the mum, trying to give them a great experience. The dad jokingly said to us, "You know, when you see builds like that, the dragon, it's like, why even try? But hey, if the kids are having fun, so be it." The entitled mum then finally sees the dragon builds. Oh wow, okay, he must have brought pieces from home. Actually, he used all the pieces we have on the table. The entitled mum then proceeded to look at the dragon very intensely. When I see her reaching out to touch it, I stop her. "Please don't touch other people's builds, mum. We don't want them to break." "I'm not touching, just looking." I keep watching her just to make sure she doesn't do anything else. But she then pulls out her phone and takes pictures of the entire build. After taking the pictures, she walks over to her sons. "Don't worry, boys. That build is disqualified anyways. Its pieces hang over the edge." The piece she's referring to is the moving tail. When you fold the tail, it didn't hang over the edge, but when you unfolded it, it would hang over the edge. When she took her pictures, she of course unfolded the tail. My co-worker folded the tail back up and moved the dragon build to the back of the table so she couldn't reach it. After a few minutes, the entitled mum comes over to us and demands we find the pieces that the kid used when he built the dragon. Our Lego pieces that we use for competition builds are a mix of hundreds of Lego kits. There is absolutely no guarantee of any type of pieces. The piece she was referring to looked like an elephant tusk. "Find my babies these pieces now. They need them." I would try my best, mom, but those small pieces normally fall to the bottom of our bins, and there's no guarantee we have any more. "I don't care. Find them. We want to use them." Me and my co-worker spent the next few minutes digging through these large grey tote bins filled with thousands of Lego pieces, just to try and find a tiny piece that is smaller than a pencil eraser. We found some pretty cool pieces that we tried to give to the kids. "Hey guys, we couldn't find the pieces you wanted, but we found these super cool ones. Do you want to use these instead?" The first entitled kid said, "No, we want the ones that are on the dragon." The second kid said, "Yeah, it's not fair. He brought his own pieces from home." "You're making my babies upset. Since we can't use pieces we brought from home, can we use the pieces from inside?" the entitled mum said. We were outside a building that had more Lego inside. Now the pieces that were inside were thick, dirty bricks, no specialty pieces. Plus they didn't belong to my department. "Sorry mom, those pieces don't belong to the events team. We can't use those. Plus none of those bricks are the type of pieces you would want either." "Oh, this is so unfair. My babies aren't gonna win and it's all your faults." After this, I kinda shut down. I walked away to talk to some other kids who weren't little brats. We had about 15 minutes before we were going to close the competition. During this time, my boss came to help us start closing. When she arrived, I let her know about our entitled mum. Now, I love my boss. I've worked with her for a very long time. She is actually the main reason why I haven't quit yet. My boss has an issue with entitled parents, especially parents that put other kids down to bring their kid up. After I let my boss know that she had been touching the dragon build, she stood in front of the table and blocked it. Again though, the entitled mum decided to try and touch the build. My boss said, "Please don't touch other children's builds." I'm not. I'm just looking. Did you know this build is disqualified, by the way? Even if it was, we don't like to tell little kids their build was disqualified and break their hearts. The entitled mum did not like this. She went back to taking pictures, but not of the build. She started taking pictures of us. My boss, being very sarcastic, told her to make sure she got her good side. Me and my co-worker jokingly posed while she took pictures of us. The time hit for us to close, and instead of the entitled mum leaving like the other families did, she sat there and watched us. When do they come out and judge them? You will be notified by email only if you win. Normally, when we close, we put away all the Lego and take apart all the builds on the table after selecting a winner. Since the entitled mum wanted to sit there and watch us, we had to carry this giant table with all the builds on it inside the building and into an employees only room just so we can take them apart. We kept going outside to continue cleaning up, and the entitled mum kept watching us. She followed us around and videotaped everything. I assume her husband went somewhere with her kids because they were gone at this point. After we moved everything inside, we took pictures of the dragon and her children's builds. My boss also contacted guest services and let them know of her behavior and that she couldn't go up there and get free stuff. While we were taking apart the builds, guest services radioed us. They already knew the lady we were talking about by name. They said that she had caused several issues in the park in the years prior. She was an annual pass holder, and her behavior today put more points against her annual pass, and she was a half a point away from being banned. After all the builds were taken apart, we decided to pull the dragon's registration form as the winner. My boss looked at the slip and laughed. The builder of the dragon has already won a competition build, so he can't win again. The sad thing is, the entitled mum's kids actually built some really cute stuff, and had the entitled mum not acted the way she did, her kids would have won. As of now, 2021, I no longer work at this theme park, but I've been told the entitled mum has been permanently banned due to her behavior. Oh, I just love the irony there. You know, if this entitled mum had just sat back like a normal mother, like a normal parent, and just let her kids enjoy themselves, building some pretty nice stuff, as OP said, and letting other kids do their things as well, enjoying themselves, having a good time. It's so ironic, but they actually would have won the competition. Crazy scenes. But I guess because obviously she got kicked out, it meant her kids couldn't win the competition anymore. So, despite the fact that they built some pretty nice stuff, yeah, they've got their mums to blame for the reason they haven't won. Crazy, isn't it? Just crazy how this mum's like, you know what? No, I've seen a better build. I'm going to try and destroy that, ruin that, so my kids can win. And in the end, because of all that, she's made sure that her kids actually don't win. Crazy, but that is entitlement for you. Now moving on to our second post. Oh, I had an accident in your car, but it was the car's fault. When I was working at the Smash Repairs, we provided loan cars to people whose vehicles we were repairing. We did not charge for the loan car. We saw it as a perk of them giving us the business. One day, a lady who was affiliated with a car dealership we dealt with brought her car in for some repairs. The lady presented herself as wealthy. We knew for a fact that she was related to the family that owned this extremely large dealership. Family members of the dealership had married into one of the richest families in Australia and were always in the society pages. I get a notification on a Monday morning that she had had an accident in the car. She said that the brakes failed, she was going down a hill, she went over a roundabout and into a telegraph pole. We get the car picked up and ask her to come in and complete a claim form so we can submit it to our insurance company. I sit down with her and we complete the form. Usual standard questions: had you had anything to drink? Yes. How much? 2 glasses of wine with lunch. The accident happened at night, thank God, etc. She reads over what has been written on the claim form and signs it, confirming that this is her recollection of the incidents. Now, unfortunately for her, I have been in the related industries for a long time, including being an automotive insurance broker and working for an automotive assessor. Something doesn't sit right with me, so I tell my boss we should apply for a copy of the police report as the owner of the vehicle. He gives me the go-ahead and I complete the form, get a signed check, and post everything off to the relevant police department. The police report comes in. Her blood alcohol level was 0.13, almost 3 times the legal limit. The officers on the scene had noted that she was unsteady on her feet and slurring her words. Not knowing whether this was because of the accident or something else, they arranged for blood to be drawn at the hospital. This was done 30 minutes after the alleged time of the accident, so it would only have gone down from what it was when the accident occurred. This means that our insurance company is not going to pay out, as she was breaking the law by driving under the influence. Now, I arranged for an assessor to provide us with a pre-accident market value on the car, which came in at around $8,500. We sent her a letter of demand. She has boasted of her wealth to everyone. She was one of those "don't you know who I am and who I am connected to" type of people. She is furious though when she finds out that we had the police report. She expected to lie on the claim form, pay a $500 excess if she couldn't talk us into waiving up because of her connections, and the insurance company to pay out. I knew that the claims division of the insurance company would ask for a copy of the police report. It is standard procedure. And if we had submitted a false claim, we would have been in big trouble. She had also burnt her bridges with the family, and they were not prepared at this point to bail her out, and she was the type of person to live beyond her means. Her solicitor contacts us, and to keep on good terms with her family, who gave us a major amount of work, we agreed to reduce the payout to $5,000. Now, she actually had to pay that in installments of $100 per fortnight because she couldn't afford anything else. And each fortnight, there would be a snarky note with the check about how we should have just put the claim through insurance. Like, seriously, how many life lessons can you have in just one story? I mean, so many of the things the entitled mum just listed right there, or just did, were so wrong, and so things that you're not supposed to do, and that, you know, quite frankly, are illegal. First of all, driving under the influence. Probably best not to do that, given it's literally against the law in pretty much every country in the world. Last time I checked, every country in the world, it was illegal to drive under the influence of alcohol. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below if you live in a country where that is not the law, but it probably is. Second of all, lying to the insurance company / the company that gave you the car. That is fraudulent, I do believe, which is very bad, I've got to say. And then third of all, lying about how rich you are and boasting about it, and then not being able to even pay $5,000, you know, for a car that you crashed when asked for it. I mean, first of all, like, if you are rich, fair enough, don't boast about it. Second of all, though, if you are not rich, don't lie about being rich and boasting about it, because then people are going to be so surprised when, you know, you need to pay and you can't even afford it. Crazy. How can you be rich, right? So rich and wealthy, and then not be able to afford $5,000 for a car that you destroyed? Makes no sense to me. But yeah, clearly this entitled mum was sitting on a throne of lies and just didn't have very good morals. I mean, seriously, don't drink and drive in the first place, and then don't lie about it afterwards. Just admit your mistake, get on with your life, improve. But no, this entitled mum doesn't do that, and yeah, that is her fault, I guess. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you want more from me right away, you can check out this playlist of all my Entitled Parents videos right there on your screen. If you want to subscribe to me, because that would be nice, a nice thing to do, and it make me feel really cool and warm inside, hit this button up here, turn notifications on, and you'll be notified every time I upload a video, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is daily. So hit that button, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new upload.